Hi again, and welcome to my third video diary for the Train2Game program. Well, my exams are finally over in university, and thankfully I scraped enough to get into next year, so I can now finally dedicate more time to the Train2Game Game Designer course, which I'm studying right now. I still seem to be doing quite well in the tutor marked assessments that I've been doing, and I've recently completed section 1 and with passing with a good mark on the examination, so looking forward to starting section 2 now, because it seems to be getting into the more detailed aspects of the software used and things like that there, so really looking forward to it. As I mentioned previously in my last video, I've been coming up with quite a few game ideas now and concepts, and I've now got about 6 or 7 fully fleshed out ideas, which I'm now hopefully going to start creating high concepts for and getting documentation ready for actually putting them forward to publishers. The course material was really handy with aspects to creating the high concepts, as it gave a clear sort of structure of what was important and what the publisher wants to see whenever they look at a high concept document. So hopefully with their help that'll get me in the door. My favourite concepts so far have been Doppelganger, Shinigami and Jet Turbo. Doppelganger is a survival horror that I've come up with that's set in an abandoned amusement park, and it can be played both in first person and third person view, and I really wanted to play on the fear aspect of it and try to get the game to tailor to the player's own personal fears. And I've always wanted to make a survival horror because I'm such a big fan of the genre. Shinigami is the Japanese word for god of death, and with this game I wanted to create a sort of Tenchu style game, which is like a ninja stealth game, but with this one I thought it'd be cool if to do it completely in first person view, kind of like what the Thief games were like back on the PC a few years back, where everything's controlled, even from the sword fighting to using weapons such as bows and darts and shurikens and things like that there. And it's because I've always been a big fan of stealth games and of the sort of Japanese ninja stuff as well. I thought that would be a really interesting project to work on. I actually had the idea for Jet Turbo whenever I was a lot younger, when I was about 14. The idea of Jet Turbo is to be like a Mario Kart style family racing game, only there'd be used jetpacks. So that the players can like fly up in the air and use weapons and things like that there, but also drop down to the ground to pick up other weapons or fuel or things like that there. And it's one I think would be good fun to make as well, and I've been wanting to do for quite a while. So there are just a few of my favourites of the concepts I've come up with. So just to pre-warn you, if I see these games before I get the chance to make them, I'm going to hunt you down. Since I've started with the Train2Game Designer course, I've noticed that I've been looking at a lot of my favourite games in a completely different way now that I see the sort of intricacies that go into making the game. I've noticed a lot of games that I've loved for years. I've just realised how original and how different they are from the rest of the games out there. A good example of this would be, couple of weeks back I downloaded Abe's Odyssey for the PlayStation 1 off the PlayStation Store, and I've always loved that when game, even when it first came out, I was a big fan of it, and just realised how original it actually is, the sort of combination between the 2D platformer and the puzzle game, and it's just such an interesting environment as well, and characters. And any game where the key gameplay mechanic involves farting is always a good game for me as well.